Welcome to the session. Greeting of the day. Casting defects have to be seen. What are they available? I am dividing this casting defects into such 6 categories. They are: number 1, defects may be due to evolution of gases. Number 1, the gas involvement, the hydrogen involvement, oxygen involvement, carbon involvement, those things, some air atmospheric interaction between this molten material. Therefore, it is a gas involvement. Defect is due to pouring of the metal. It means from high temperature to low temperature we are pouring. It depends on fluidity. If the fluidity is less, it won't reach the corner. Those various categories are there. Defect is due to metallurgical factors. It means what we have already seen. This is solidification processes, progressive direction. It comes there again. Defects caused by the molding material. What we are using the sand. If the sand is not compacted, the binding is not proper, the mixing is not proper, it also causes the defects. Defects caused due to some other factors, such as we are adding additives are there, environmental factors are there, cope and drag box are not fixing, assembling problems are there, allowances problems are there. So everything will cause the defects, and defects due to some shrinkages. These are something allowances. This everything we should see now. Defects due to evolution of gases. I have taken the number 1. On this we have blowholes, pinholes, porosity, rat tail, dispersed shrinkages, blister. And now number 1 we will see about the blowholes. So it is the appearance of the blowholes, smooth and semi-rounded holes. See, we have a blow. It is not a pinhole. There is a difference between pinhole and blowhole. Blowhole is also a hole which is a depth is higher than that. Pinhole is having the less depth. There we call it as a pinhole. You can see in this casting a hole here are much more deeper. Material is not solidified. Those points are always the gas bubbles are comes out as a bubbles. Therefore it penetrates outside. Therefore those regions are made into the defect. So those things we have to see how we can able to rectify. So first one, the causes we have to see how it is just generated. Excessive moisture in the mold. I told the gases. The word is very linking to moisture. And the moisture is there when it is evaporated, when it is heated, it is to be solidified. When it comes to the room temperature, there should no moisture. Then where it goes, it should comes out. If excessive moisture is there, more water is there, it takes more time. In the meanwhile, the solidification will comes down. And in such cases, the bubbles out and creates the blowholes like this. Slag in the metal reacts with the carbon. We have carbon everywhere. In the stainless steel, we have studied in the metallurgy, it has less than 2%. In the cast iron, it is greater than 2% of carbons are present. We have done a phase diagram with respect to carbon only. So the carbon is everywhere in the steels and cast irons. There, the formation, it liberates carbon dioxide. So what happens then? Iron oxide on the molten wall reacts with the carbon. So the iron in the steels can react with the carbon to create carbon oxides, which liberates the carbon oxides. This is the evolution of gas. So this created the blowholes. It comes out. It penetrates out. Then it breaks the mold. So how we can go for the remedial actions there? How we can? Nothing. The moisture is there. We should take out the moisture. That is the point. Provide the vent holes for escaping. This vent hole word we have seen in the casting design. Preparation of casting we have already seen. Therefore, this vent hole we should provide in the box. A pinhole, a slide hole near to the riser we have given already. Those vent holes to be given properly, 1 or 2 we should give. Avoid excessive compaction of molding. So we are preparing the sand, keeping inside the core box, filling, and we are hitting here and there, we are hitting to compaction. There the word we are using permeability. What is the permeability word? How this hot gas is escaping. That is the permeability. If you are doing more compaction, what happens then? More compaction are tightly packed. There is no loose sand. Loose sands means there is no the gap, micro gaps between the sands for the purpose of escaping of the gases. We are compacting tightly. There is no permeability. If there is no permeability, then the moisture cannot come out. The evolution of gas will not happen. The gas will not escape. Then these problems of blowholes will form. Avoid excessive moisture. we came to the important point. Avoid excessive moisture. We know moisture, through moisture evaporation comes. Then reduce the moisture. Make the options to move the moisture outside, that we are doing. Extra care to be taken out, segregation of slag from the liquid metals. Avoid the using the rusted chills and the chaplets. We in the design we are used the chills to support and chaplets to support the core. If it is a rusted, what happens? Corroded zones. This will cause the chemical reaction with the iron, chemical reaction with the cast iron molding material, and this gas will be elevated. So that things should be carefully taken care. So next one, we are moving to the pinhole porosity. This one is a blowhole. This one is a blowhole. This one is a pinhole. No such more differences. It is a large, this is small, but some causes are there for this also. So you can see here the large number of uniformly dispersed tiny holes. You can see some micro, small holes are there. Small holes are there. So this all belongs to pinholes. In the x-axis I have the melting point, and the y-axis I have a hydrogen solubility. Right? Here I have a solid. It means the temperature reduction. We have a solid. Here the melting point. Solubility of hydrogen is very less here, but solubility of hydrogen is very large here. So in the solid, hydrogen is non-soluble. It will not mix. In the liquid it is mixed. Okay. Hydrogen is mixing with liquid, but it is in solid it is not mixing. Then it should come out, it is separated one to one. It will not be inside the molten material when it is converted from the liquid molten metal to solid molten metal. Sand is already compacted tight. Those gases cannot go out, and it cannot be inside the solid. It should come out in between those things. So it is in between the sand compaction box and the molten metal. That is nothing but a bubbled out pinholes. So now we come here. Hydrogen is absorbed by the molten metal inside the furnace and also inside the cavity. As the metal gets solidified, loses the temperature and liberates the dissolved hydrogen. So hydrogens are exposed out, it liberated out from the molten metal. Where it goes? It can't able to go outside. If the permeability we have already compacted, sand is already compacted, then where it will go out? It should be there somewhere. It is bubbling out like this in this format as a pinhole. So how we can do this? We have to do the melting in the vacuum melting process we should do. Then hydrogen from this atmospheric won't interact with the metal, cast metal or steel metal, whatever we are using. Then this increasing percentage of hydrogen will not happen. Vacuum melting one point, otherwise we have melted in the furnace, normal furnace. Then what we are doing? Vacuum degassing and doing. This evaporation of gas we are taking out. So through vacuum we are doing. So this degassing process is process to remove the hydrogen from the molten metal. That we can do, or otherwise if not possible to melt, it takes more costly, then we can do degassing process. Avoid a very high pouring temperature. What happens there? It is very high temperature. See, for steel we have 1500 here, the melting point, but what is the pouring temperature? At least it should be 100 more than, because then only we will get the fluidity. So instead of 1500 I am going at 1600, 1650. That is more than enough. 100 degree or 150 degrees more than enough to convert the molten metal to a fluidity level, pouring temperature. I am going for 2000 degrees centigrade. I am going higher than that of pouring temperature also. I am heating here up to here. I am heating here. Instead of the carbon steel is here. Okay. So, but I am heating up to this point. What happens? It absorbs the hydrogen, because we see at high temperature liquid having hydrogen solubility is high. Then you keep on from the atmosphere. Here in the steel, hydrogen increasing. This increasing causes the defects of pinholes. So this more heating at a high temperature or pouring temperature to be reduced. 100 degrees enough. So this image shows you the impressions of the rod type. How it is formed? The evaluation gases are generated, and due to the permeability, it moves out from the sand. But this steam going path is there. The steam going path creates a layer called as rat tail. It should smoothly, in such a way we should give the compaction. Otherwise these problems will happen. So it is an irregular depression on the surface of the material of the casting, similar to the rat type. That is why it is called as rattle impression. It is like a rattle impression. When a rat moves from one side to another side, we can see the surfaces. The surfaces markings will be there. That impressions like this. Okay. So what we have to do, the evaluation of gases, we should avoid much compaction. We should not do. We should give good permeability. We should give vent holes. Those things we can able to do. See, we have the mold here. Box, co-box, black box. You can see, keep like this. And we have this is the cavity. We have to fill here. Riser, feeder, pore basin, all are okay. This is the sand. We know this is the sand. This is the red color is the mold, metal. There is a gap you can see. So there is a gap between these two. After pouring, a small micro level gap is there. Micro level gap is there. This gap, evolution of gases will be there. We should give a vent hole properly. Then permeability. These all things we should maintain, mixing, proper mixing. We are giving all these things, this will not happen. So how we can do remedies? Measures should be taken to reduce the mold wall movement. How to reduce this mold wall movement? Now only I told the mold wall. This mold wall movement caused by the pressure of the evolution of gases. So how to move? We should give good permeability, we should provide vent holes, those things we should do. So last one on this dispersal shrinkage, how we reduce? So here we can see the small shrinkage cavity dispersed throughout the casting. So there are a few shrinkages happen. Why? Why the shrinkages are happening? As the fluidity is not good. Melting temperature is not reaches the pouring temperature. Such cases are shrinkage defects are formed. So excessive moisture. Moisture is there here also, evolution of gas. Very high pouring temperature. Very high pouring temperature all makes the shrinkage defects. So how we are avoiding? Appropriate moisture to be maintained. If the moisture is reduced well, then obviously all the evolution problems will be solved. It is a typical appearance of blister. You see, the next we are coming. The next one, blister. After shrinkage, dispersal shrinkage, we are coming to the blister. The bubbles like bumps. See, you can see the bubbles like bumps are there. So these two regions. How this comes? Evolution of gases having not finding permeability or vent holes to escape. Then what happens? It is bubbling out and it is staying there. Blowholes, it is busted out. But the blister are not busting. It is as like it is something, it is trying to come out. That's it. It is staying there itself. If it is broken, it is blowholes. If it is not broken, it belongs to blister. Okay, the gases trapped. The word trapped they have used here. So it is very superb. Gas are trapped between. It is locked between. The cavity causes the depressions on the mold surfaces. So that cases we should avoid. So how we are remedy we are doing? Ensure sufficient and uniform compaction. Compaction of sand we should do properly. Not exceeded compaction we are not doing. Excess compaction we should not do. A light compaction we should do. Okay, of the mold. Then obviously the gases will goes out. If gases goes out, that's it. We are free from the evolution of gases. Defects due to pouring of the metal. What were they? Mishran, cold shed, elephant skin and infusion. So that's the first one, the Mishran. See, the typical appearance of Mishran. The word says the run is missile. What is? We can understand this. It is due to fluidity of the material. At the pouring temperature, we should pour. Then only before it is solidified, it will reach the corner. That we should remember. Now here, the run is missed due to fluidity. We have started to pour here. Let us consider here the sprue is there. we have poured and it should reach here. It should reach here. But when it is reaching here, it is stopped. It's not possible to go there. Here it is become the defect. It become the defect. So here like a run is missed somewhere due to fluidity process. The molten metal could not fill the thin sections. Could not fill the thin section of the mold cavity. So that is one point. So see here one more image I am showing. Here the molten metal is not filled. Everywhere in the casting process it is filled. But here in this region it could not able to reach the corner when it is poured from here. It goes there, it goes there, it goes there. Everywhere it fills. But it cannot able to come to the last location. Therefore the run is missed. Run. So what I have to do then? So some more examples I have given. So entirely here everywhere it is filled, but here it is not filled. These regions are not a filled region because it is not, before going there it is solidified automatically. We need high temperature, is not there. So we consider a turbine blade, for example I have taken. It should be actually looks like in this way. It should actually looks like in this way. But what happens? There? Due to fluidity level, it cannot reach the corners. This corner is not reached. This corner is not reached. Okay? So that is nothing but a misrun. So what we are doing, insufficient of fluidity is the main point. I told you we should heat the molten metal greater than that of the melting point up to the pouring temperature, at least 150 degrees centigrade. Additionally we should heat. Lower temperature, low pouring temperature should avoid. Too small ingates. The path where it is flowing, sufficient flowing gate should be given. Low pouring speeds, slowly we are giving, not possible. Okay, if the hotness temperature gradient will change, so it will not. How the remedial measures? What we can do? Increase the pouring temperature. Instead of 1500 melting degree, I am heating up to 1650. Okay, 1650 I am heating. Then obviously it reaches the pouring temperature and therefore it can be easily done. Increase the pouring speed also. Temperature I am increasing, speed increasing. Okay, in such cases we can able to avoid this misrun. Now the next one is a cold shaft. Mr. We have seen cold shaft. We are on the discussions of pouring of metal, evolution of gases over. See, I have taken two materials of a lengthy material. Here I have given one gate for the inside flow. Here I have given a second one for the inside flow. Molten material flowing inside. What happens in between these two? This metal floor, it should reach this corner. This is the maximum corner for this. And when the material comes here, which is poured here, it should reach this corner. Both should merge here. But what happens? Fluidity is not there. Fluidity is not there. So what happens here? It comes down, it reaches here itself, it is stopped. The molten metal comes here, slowly it is flowing here. Temperature reduction takes place from the 1500 to room temperature, stopped here itself. There is no reaching point is reached here between these regions. Those regions we call it as a cold shaft. So a few examples I will tell you. See, this is a metal of bronze I have taken and it looks as like attached. But when we are lightly giving a force on above, this part looks like these two parts. This is part 1, this is part 2. We have fixed it together. This is part 1 and this is part 2. When you fix it together, it looks like an object. But inside the cavity, the filling is not happened. The mingling of process of two molten metals not happen. Therefore, when I am giving a force, it breaks into two parts. That's not good. Okay, so it should be avoided. The cold shaft defect of a bronze screw. Okay, you see how the causes a longer distance between the ingates. So there is a too long distance between the gates. So this is gate 1, gate 2, We are doing long distance. It cannot able to reach. It cannot able to reach this point. It cannot able to reach this point. What I can do here? I can able to provide one more gate here. I can able to provide one more gate here, and you can pour here in such a way. Easily the lengthy objects can be covered. The large surface area to the volume ratio, it should also to be maintained. So in such a way, if we increase the gate inputs, obviously everything will be solved. So the remedies for this: use more number of in-gates. That is what I told you now only. Use more number of in-gates. Gate 1, gate 2, gate 3, gate 4. Likewise, we can able to use. Increase the pouring temperature. Not only gate. The pouring temperature is from 1500 from the melting temperature to the pouring temperature of 1650 you should increase. Otherwise, it will also solidify. Both cases to be maintained properly. Now we come into the elephant skin. Extreme cause of magnesium silicate. The word magnesium silicate is important for elephant skin. Contaminations in the metal. You can see here a layer over the one more layer. The metal is in at the bottom. Molten metal is at the bottom. The surface has been generated. That is nothing but a magnesium silicate surface. What happens this magnesium silicate surface? Magnesium silicate is like impurity which is not mixing with the steel or cast iron molten material. That is why the elephant skin. Molten metal, a separate fusion takes place, and above over there, one more region of magnesium silicate is formed. This is not mingling with that molten material. The result of formation of the elephant skin. Avoid this elephant skin by removing of this magnesium silicate. Next, we are going for the inclusions. Very important. Nothing but an impurity. Let's see, undesired foreign materials present in the metal, oxides, slags. That is how it is formed. These all things formed due to the presence of impurities. So we can see this region there are some impurities are there. Some oxides, slag, dit. We showed light particles. Which are heavy particles are there. Light particles we consider as a impurity. So slag metal oxides. Source of inclusions, refractive materials, refinings. So how we can avoid these inclusions? We can able to avoid by choosing a molten sand with the adequate hard strength, skimming of the molten metal before pouring. These options we can able to avoid this impurity. We can use the centrifugal casting process which flows outside and the light particles will come inside, such that we can able to machine those things also. These impurities can be stopped, or otherwise we can name it as a remedial measures, which we can do by forming the types of various filters. We are keeping the filters in between the sprue systems and the riser systems before the cavity. We can able to do in the vertical format, horizontal position, vertical position filter in the distribution of a runner region, sprue region. This is because belong to sprue. Near to the sprue we are keeping. With respect to runner also we can keep accordingly. Okay. So those things, horizontal portion of the filters and the slanting portion of the filters, maybe horizontal, vertical or slanting, anyhow we are planning. So this is the image we can see, the vertical portion of the filter close to the sprue. Here the sprue is there, and which before runner, sprue, and before runner I am keeping the filter. We are keeping the filter. What happens? It filters the impurities. Therefore, by the filtering of the impurities we can able to get the pure pore molten metal in such a way defects, cavities or any blowholes, pinholes can be avoided. Casting defects can be obviously avoided. So it is about vertical, this is about sprue and runner. In between we have the horizontal filters. So here also in between the runner itself, vertical portion of filter in the distribution of the runner itself. Between the runner, again we have already kept here. Here we have already kept one filter. It is connected, and again we are giving one more filter. More filtering operation. So likewise also some other filters, and we are filtering, putting a stepped filter we are using likewise. So it is inclined filters. All process making to stop the impurities. The crossing drags the impurities. The step drags the impurities. from this sprue we are dragging the impurity. So such cases we are doing to stop to reach the cavity at the other end. So those things we are doing. So now we are coming to the types of filter, the ceramic stain filters. So we are using the ceramic stain filters, right? And then the extruded filters, cloth filter, normal cloth filters, and the foam, you know this, the foam filters. So generally we know these words, but we are the same, we are making as a compacted filters and we are using for this. Now one by one we will see. Ceramic stain filters we will see. Stain cores are a flat ceramic bodies. They have straight circular holes with the diameters of 4 to 10 mm. The closely packed micro-holed filters we have designed in such a way, when the flow direction is there, if the particles or impurities are larger than this, it won't flow inside. If it is lesser than this 4 mm, it will go. But we are usually want to filter more than 4 mm. Likewise, for example, I have told here 6 mm to 12 mm filtering we can able to do. The filtration by staining process, filtration due to the cake formation, and then depth filtration due to the adhesions. It means attaching. We are attracting the impurities was done here. So filters by staining actions. This is the filter I have made with respect to the length of maybe 4 mm or 2 mm, whatever it is. If it is larger than 2, it won't. So this is larger than 2. So it is, this impurity is not coming down. So I am using the lesser than 2, this less than 2, then it is coming down. So this way I am allowing, it won't cause much defects on the casting. So I am permitting that, but this one I am not permitting. So likewise we can able to do by filtration process of staining treatments. So here I am forming the cake projections in this region. First, a cake. What is it cake here? A formation of this ceramic entirely in the micro level, less than 2 mm also. I am preparing a full stitch cake I am prepared. So now in this micro level only the fluidities will flow, a pure molten metal will come inside. Okay. So here I have made, after this also I have made some adhesives. If this filter comes down, so adhesive is there, the impurities will stick over there. According to their covalent bond techniques, it will fix over there. Some fix over there happens. So likewise the one more image I will see, this one. Depth filtration due to adhesion. So what happens here? So the material are less than micro mm filter, impurities are coming down, which is also adhered here by this filtering, ceramic filtering process. So this is also one of the method for filtering. Extruded filters, how they are doing them? Keeping the filters in between the runners, keeping the filters in between the sprue and the runners. So there we are using this extruded plastic ceramic material. So the tightly packed, less diameter, 2 to 4 mm, and we are keeping between the sprues. So such some photos. So this is after the process is completed, we have taken out the filter and we have seen these are all the defects. See, these are all the borders. This is the filter, the square filter we have made. This is the square filter we have made accordingly. But here you see the impurities which are stuck over the boundaries of these filters. So such a, we can able, our intention is to filter the component, filter the polymetal in such a way it won't cause the casting defects. Next one, very similar to the metal gradings which can be used for the metal casting process, but it is made up of 4 parts of textile which is very similar to this metal. Likewise, we are bonding multiple layers of cloths like a mask preparations we can do and we can use there. So like a mask preparation I am doing. These filters we have kept between the sprue and the runner. But here this we are keeping at the top itself. Before pouring itself we are keeping. Here itself I am pouring. Here the pour basin. And it comes. And the sprue. And the cavity. And the riser. So such cases we can able to do in this cloth filters. So foam filters, similarly another type of foam filter is there. So the foam filters are based on the system of mutually linked cells in the shape of pentahedron. So I am making much more complexity in filtering process in such a way impurities won't comes down. such foam filters can be made for a filtration process. So some of the images I would like to show you here. You see, capture of inclusions due to adhesions in the foam filter. Whenever the impurities are coming, the adhesion particles, it is attracted on the foams. It's attracted here. It is attracted. These particles are attracted. When this comes down, somehow it is attracted. So such ideas we can use to filter out the impurities. So here what I am doing, the casting defect does not mean that it is impurities. The sand particles which are available there can also removed and can be attached into the material. So what I am doing, so I am making the absence of turbulence flow I am making. The transition from turbulent to laminar flow of the material is due to filter. This filter makes the irregularity of turbulent flow converted into the uniform flow. If the turbulent flow happens, what will be there? It makes the boundaries to remove the sand particle inside, Therefore, what happens? If the sand particles comes down, the impurities on the sand particles will be included. So that is a defect. So we need a smooth flow of molten metal. That is what I am doing here. And then now we should come to the defects due to metallurgical of hot tearing we should do. Now we one by one we will do. Hot tearing process, this we have seen earlierly also. Now also we will see. The differential contraction of the casting during this solidification process. In solidification what happens? The alloy system, the long range alloy system we are using. Then what happens? One material out of aluminium or steel which is at 1500 will melt at 1500. But aluminum at a lower temperature of 600 will solidify quickly. And during this time there is a contraction between these two, steel and aluminium. So the difference makes this hot tearing process. It means we should select the alloy system which is very nearby solidification ranges, temperature ranges. If the long ranges are there, it will cause this hot tearing process. So here it is not good. So see, one metal, the alloy system, here it is solidified quickly, and here it is not solidifying, and therefore the liquid metal is not matching with the solid metal. What happens then? Already solidified metal will not make a bonding with this liquid metal. How? After solidification, how this bonding occurs? It won't happen. Liquid to liquid matching, that is agreed. But after solidified, there is no chance with the mingling with the liquid. Therefore, this hot tearing occurs. So what we have to do, the main causes, the chemical compositions are not matching. The high sulfur content is not good. Okay, the long freezing range, see, I told you, the long freezing range, for example, I have given here, the long freezing range or decreased quantities will not help. So aluminium, for example, I have taken, the aluminium freezes at 660 degrees centigrade. Similarly, the tin freezes at 232 degrees centigrade. There is a difference between nearly 400 degrees, nearly 300 degrees of difference is there. Okay, this difference should not be there. Then this solidifies separately, this solidifies separately. So this difference in solidification creates the hot tearing. Okay, this should not be there. So what I am doing? So use of grain refiners I am using, increasing the warmer conditions. Grain refiners I am using, such grain refiners we can use various things. So with this, this adding of alloy system on the molten metal can avoid the hot tearing process. So after adding, the case 1 I have taken, a minimum quantity of addition of alloy system of 1% of tin I have added, you can able to see many more defects here. You can able to see many more defects. This regions, okay, these regions are defects. So I am adding additional more alloy system. I am adding these additives are adding. So see, 1% of tin, 3% of grain refiners are adding. After that, the defects are reduced. I am increasing the alloy system with related to warmer conditions. So these defects are getting reduced. See, I am adding much more. Good. Addition of 15% of aluminium and 6% of nickels I have added. 1% of tin I have added. 2% of grain refiners I have added. So this grain refiners makes the casting free component. making of the casting free component that we can do. So some of the examples. So metallurgical defects, hard tearing we have seen here. Hard tearing. Next defect caused due to molding material. So one by one we have to see more are there. The first one, scab. So that causes low moisture content in the molding sand. Molding sand is not properly compacted in such a way there's a gap in the sand. So molten metal which is poured also flows through the sand gaps. That should be avoided. So how I am doing? Proper moisturing of the sand. And the clay content are to be taken out. So we can able to, if perfectly compacted, we can avoid this. But one more time, there I told you permeability to be there, that is also to be maintained, or otherwise evolution of gas problems will come. Next one, the metal penetrations. Metal goes inside the mold. So the similar problem, sand compaction is not done proper, there leakages happen. But here the heavy molten metal comes out. So the larger sand grains, the grains one-to-one attaching compaction, this is one grain, this is one grain, and there is a gap between these two. In this gap the molten metal flows down. If the grains are larger, if you want to compact tightly, that sand grains to be finer grains to be there. Insufficient compaction. See, these 2 points very important. What is the remedy then? These two to be avoided. Sufficient fine sand grains, I told you. Sufficient fine sand grains we are doing. Reduce the casting temperature. Sufficient compaction we are doing. Okay. So this type of sand proper compaction, we can able to reduce this leakage of mold particles. So that we can do. So one more thing I am doing. Here I am adding a cold dust to produce the carbon monoxide and develops the gas cushion. What I am doing, let us consider this part. I am considering this part first. This part. Okay. In this part, this is the sand zone. This is the molten metal. We have poured here and it is filling. Here, this carbon monoxide, when it is mixed with the sand, it generates a gas cushion. A gas cushion is generated between this and it comes out in both directions. But similarly, this cushion forces pushes the molten metal inward itself. Therefore, the liquid metal will not come out. What is the defect here? This molten metal comes here and fills this gap. This molten metal comes here and fills this gap. This is the extra metal. That is we have seen as a penetrant. But here we are giving a cushion, so therefore it goes that side itself. We are pushing from here. Okay? Therefore it won't happen. The next we see about the flash. The sand particles not prepared well. Now the condition, the cope and drag are not tightly packed. These are the simple defects, but making the problem there. So here I am telling this is the component. This is the component I need. This outer borders I need. This is the component I need here. But what happens at center? You see, at the center zone, here it is also filled because the cope and drag are not tightly packed. The pins, locking pins are not fixed good, or otherwise it is damaged, or otherwise it is a old one. Such cases makes this type of problems. Sand is not properly compacted along the parting line. Cope box, drag box, parting line, it is not tightly packed. Therefore, this small gaps will arise. Small gaps creates the problem and the leakages. So remedies, molding sand should be leveled properly along the parting line. Why this cope and drag are not able to lock properly? We are putting more sand inside the cope box. We are putting more sand in the drag box and filling, and we are not tightly closing those things. Those things to be taken care. So next one, the runout. This is also similar. So here we have done closing of cope and drag properly, but there is one more problem happens here. The hydrostatic pressure is created in between this fluid and the box. Box automatically opening due to this pressure created by the molten metal pouring inside. Therefore, what I am doing, I can able to make some alternation such a way hydrostatic pressure will be there, but it should not affect. What I am doing, I am keeping placing some weight over placing some weight over the cope before pouring the molten metal. What I am doing, such weights I am using. See, this is the cope and drag box are there. In between we want to pour, but this pressure of the molten metal pushes out. That pushing I am blocking inside. So I am putting some weight inside. But here the stress created. We should do annealing treatment, some other things we should do. Okay, next one, we should go for the lug. So this is also very similar. So metal solidify in the unwanted cavity surrounding the mold. What happens? We have created the cavity, cope box, drag box, cavity is prepared. But what happens? After preparing the core to be removed or cavity, before pouring we should verify inside whether these zones are perfect, whether these surfaces are good. Sometimes due to switching of the mold box from one location to other locations, sometimes there will be a vibration will happen. Therefore, due to these vibrations, the sand particles, maybe dry sand particles, chances of falling down. This fall down zone will be cavity. On the fall down zone, this molten metal will also fill. So that is what this one. The sand particles fall down due to our negligence, due to the human labor negligence. So see, some portions of this cast contour are broken off in the mold area after withdrawing of the pattern. After withdrawing the pattern, some broken area will be there. Those zones will be filled. Check the pressure points and broken off edges to be verified. Before pouring, we should check manually. If we should find, then we can pour whether these broken points are there or not. Okay, so defects caused due to other factors. So mismatching is there, hard cracks are there, mismatching. So likewise it will maybe the cope and drag are not properly fixed. We have to fix it like this. We should fix properly like this. But what I am doing? By the negligence of labor, I am fixing like this. Product will be like this. It's not good. It is totally waste. Okay, so mismatching at the top and the bottom to be taken care. So remedies, what we can do? Ensure the proper alignment. Ensure the proper alignment of the mold boxes. Replace the worn out dovetail points. So the pinning locations are there. If it is old, we should change it. Again, routing it will be loose only. If it is loose, obviously this arises. Okay, the hard cracks. So hard cracks, this is also one of the it's also like a hot tearing process we have seen, but it happens after solidification process. Why this happens? We have done a weight, we have kept hydrostatic pressure, we have already locked inside, which is stress is created inside. Such points, this stresses will break over this material in such a way. So what we should do? During the cooling of the molten metal, it happens, the causes and we are talking, the cause, how it occurs. During the knocking out, during the breaking of the molten sand we have prepared, cavity prepared, we are pouring. This may happen at any time. During the cooling after the knockout, during the cooling after the knockout, okay, due to the uneven cooling conditions, due to irregular cooling, the uniform cooling should happen, slowly it should cool. Pinching process should not happen. So slowly we should cool down process should take place from the temperature gradient from high temperature to low temperature. So what I can do, using of wedges, fillets, avoid doing the rough handling. Warm conditions to be cooled down properly. Before that we are using already it is stressed, then it will break. We should do normalizing annealing treatment after this casting is prepared. Then only the stress will be relieved. Okay, so these causes are there. So defects due to shrinkage, we came to the last. Shrinkage cavity. The solidification causes the reduction in the volume almost in all the metals. We know this. With this image we have already seen there. In the shrinkage allowance, draft allowance, we have seen. How it happens, the liquid metal started to solidify. This is the region. I am telling, this is the zone. This is the zone where already the metal is there. Already the metal is there. But what happens? During its solidification, generally for all the metals, volume get reduction. Therefore, this volume reduction takes place in this zone and reduction of the molten metal happens. Therefore, I am giving the allowances inside. Therefore, I am giving the allowances. Already this discharge allowance, shrinkage allowance we have given. But even though when we are considering it is a defect, What we can do there? So we are providing the riser system here. Proper riser system we should give to make it as possible. So how the product will be? The product will be like this. So shrinkage happens here. You see, the shrinkage happens here due to riser not provided the sufficient molten metal inside. So insufficient size of the riser, improper position of the riser. So riser we should keep proper. That is the agenda. So remedy is designing of the riser sufficiently large. So providing here the cavity, we are providing the riser, somewhat riser to be large. Then it can feed more metal inside. So such a way we can able to fill the cavity. Ensure the direction solidification takes place. It means what? We should keep the riser in the right location. At the larger location we should keep. That is the agenda here. Such designs also are possible for the shrinkages. So here the rapid changes should not happen. The normal solidification should go slowly. The smooth flowing process should take place. Accordingly, we should manage. I can additionally add the blind risers. I have already added one riser here. I am also adding this blind riser inside. So what happens? Even though this is exposed to air, so therefore there's a chance that this riser also can solidify. In such cases, the riser cannot able to feed. Therefore, I am additionally adding the blind riser inside itself. The pore basin comes, here it fills, and it comes and fills the cavity. Okay, so such cases we can able to do in such a way riser can help to avoid the shrinkage defects. Added an insulating component. So that was something, a filter I have added. So without a filter, what happens? These inclusions are made here. So I'm adding a filter. I'm adding some filters. So if I'm adding, there is no defects are caused. We have studied about this all type of defects as of now, and I'm concluding this sessions with this 8 simple type of sketch diagram we can do. What we have seen this at the beginning, we have seen about the miss run. Run is missed. So it should reach this point, but it is not reached. That is miss run. So here about the cold shut. These 2 points are not matching. See, the 2 points are not matching due to solidification process. It solidifies yearly, those process. So the cold shut, similarly, so various holes or cold shut happens due to this solidification treatment there. So here, now only we have seen the shrinkage cavity. You see, shrinkage cavity, it is volume is not enough for the riser to be provided properly. Here similarly the penetration happens there. So additional penetration is due to this drag box, cope box are non-fixing proper. So here also non-fixing of the cope and drag box, misalignment happens there. So here the sand holes due to gas evaluation process, and pinholes also due to gas evaluation treatments. So finally, this is what we have studied. This all 6 type of defects with respect to inside. Many more defect classifications are there. We have to study. Keep remember this 8 points will be helpful for the exam. In this class, we have studied about the casting defects. In casting defects, we have seen about the various defects with respect to evaluation of gases and molten material, metallurgical, shrinkage, and some few other points also. So the remaining part of the subjects, we will see you in the next session. Thank you.